Start.
Oh,
Hi.
hi.
Hi, everybody. This is Kimberly,
And this is Katie.
and you're listening to Pink Shade podcast. I did our intro for A Date with Dateline. Surprise, Mary Payne is still a sickly little cheeky little bitch, and she is at home
She's a delicate
recovering.
flower.
She's a delicate Southern belle, and she
Yes.
had to take the vapors. She had the vapors, and
Stop it.
she had to take to her bed.
Mhm.
And she's doing much better, though she is just resting now. So Katie and I are taking over 90 Day. Hey, hey,
Hey.
yeah. I
Hey.
can't decide if it's hey or if it's hee-haw, like a donkey.
Eeyore, eeyore. Have you
This
seen those
nine,
mini donkeys? Have you seen them?
yeah, they're really cute. Um,
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
uh,
I need one
yeah,
delivered to my house. I've
yeah.
almost got Oliver convinced that it's a go.
Okay. We'll see about that.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram to see if Katie actually gets a mini donkey. So we are Dateline. And follow Pink Shade because she really wants the followers. That would make her feel so good, Mary Payne, if she got more followers on Instagram. She clocks it, she knows the number, and she's probably checking it now 10 times a day from her bed. So
Follow her.
let's
Let's go.
do this for
What are we
her.
waiting for?
Yeah. So we are talking about 90 Day Happily Ever After, episode 2. Katie has watched this show on and off only when Mary Payne needs her to fill in. And so, but I think you know all of these people except for maybe Tigerlily and Adnan.
Correct. Those are
Okay.
the 2 that
That's
I
what
don't
I,
know. Are they
okay.
new?
And
Are they very
they,
new?
they're very new. This is their second season. They were
Got
on before the 90 days. So they should not be on Happily Ever After. They should be on
90 days.
90 Day, except they got married in Jordan, where he's from. So
And
they
shouldn't
already
they
got
be
married.
90 day the other way?
She's not living there. She's living here. So
Oh, this
they, I guess, technically are here. But really, they're just throwing all caution to the wind. And Matt Sharp is just trying to mess with our heads because on our last season of before the 90 Day, no, the last season of 90 Day, which is like 90 days to get married, we had a couple going to Mexico that was part of the throuple, and they weren't even getting married yet. So it was ridiculous. So this
Oh, yeah,
is,
that's
yeah,
right.
it's
Oh, yeah,
2025.
'cause
It's
I watched
chaos.
it. So,
So,
sorry, hold on, before we get started, just housekeeping.
yeah,
Um, that couple that I am not familiar with, Tiger
the
Lily and Adnan,
throuple. Oh, yeah.
uh,
Baby. I love baby.
they do not it feels like Happily Ever After, in my experience, is generally our most explosive couples.
Yeah.
Um, why do we care about them? What about their relationship is interesting? Because from what I've seen from these 2 episodes, it's really boring.
They were insane. She
They were.
went to Jordan,
Uh-huh.
married him on the first day that she met him,
I saw
knew
that.
nothing about Islam or Jordanian men, or that women were treated differently in other parts of the world or in
She's
America.
hilarious.
He would want her to cover up going to the pool, and she was
Mhm.
like, "What, baby?" And then he would say, "Well, women are not the same as men," and she was like, "What are you talking about, baby?" Like it had never occurred to her that women are treated differently. She came from like a really bad marriage and has 2 children that we've never met, and she decided to marry a hot guy 20 years younger than her on Instagram. And
He's 20 years younger than her.
he's like 20 years younger than her,
I missed it.
and he's in his early 20s. And
Why does she have
they're
money?
she has a ton of money
Yes, she's
because her ex-husband very rich.
okay.
And So in the first episode of last season, she's buying a $20,000 watch for Adnan, but we never see her actually give it to him. So we can't tell how much is like fake and how much is real. Like, does she really have as much money as she pretends to have? And then she puts on
Social
this fake.
media faking where people like
Yes.
go on yachts or like rent private jets and
Yes.
stuff.
And then she does this fake baby voice, but then she'll drop it occasionally when she's talking to production, and it's pretty funny. And
So
then,
Elizabeth Holmes in reverse.
yeah, and then exactly. And then at the tell-all, she was like covered up, like had a thing draped over her head, like she had converted, but it wasn't like a full burqa, but it was like she was
covering her head. Okay.
and she was pregnant and sitting there so like just quietly, like demure, mindful. And he was attacking all the other couples in like the rudest, most obnoxious way. And she was like, baby, you're so funny, baby. Like fully like passive. It was the weirdest thing. And now she's acting like he can't act like that in America. Like women have rights here. And we're like, okay, we're going to see. And he wanted control of all the finances, and he won't let her be alone with a man. Like he wanted her to switch all of her doctors from men to women because he didn't trust her seeing a male doctor. She wasn't allowed to be alone with her hairdresser, Cruz, the guy with the dreads. And like, so he would, it was just like they have to have a chaperone. Like it was a lot. And they had never discussed any of it before she got there and married him on the first day.
How long had they been talking before she flew
4
there?
months.
Okay. Should we start with them? Let's start with them. We're already talking about them. Let's start with them.
She had analyzed his handwriting over Zoom or however they were talking over FaceTime. And so she's like, I feel like I know him because they analyzed his handwriting. Okay. But you never talked about finances? Great. And now he's going to be a stepdad to your kids, and he's 22.
How old are her kids?
They're under teenagers. They're like they're like maybe 10-ish.
They live with her full time?
It's unclear. We think there's like a shared custody situation.
Because the kids
she doesn't talk about Yes, she doesn't
Okay.
really talk about them or her ex very much, except that he was incredibly controlling. He didn't let her have any friends. That's why her only friends are part of her glam team. She has like her stylist, her makeup artist, her hairstylist. Those are her friends.
Why does she have a glam team? Is she an influencer?
Question mark. She really leaned into the trad wife, like Muslim wife thing after their season on Instagram, and she was like trolling people, and she would say things like women should just be submissive to their husbands, and that's the way it should be. It works better that way. But like, I don't know if she believes any of it or she's just poking the bear so she can get more followers. And so it's a mess.
Okay.
So Tigerlily, 41, Dallas, Texas. Adnan, I didn't write down his age. I believe he's 23-ish.
I totally missed that. I missed that completely. Okay.
And he's like a model ? In Jordan. No. So also there was an epic scene of him with his guy friends before his wedding, and they were at some like type of bathhouse getting massages, and there was lots of hands going everywhere, and we were like, this seems homoerotic. Like
they were at a bathhouse?
Yeah, and doing like massages like before the wedding, like bachelor. And
I know what a bathhouse is in America. I don't know what it is. Where is he from?
Jordan. Yeah.
I don't know what it is in Jordan. I would have to do some research. Interesting.
Yeah. So we are starting in the smack dab of their relationship in the future where they're fighting and he's saying, I'm the man, I do what I want. And she says, I can't trust you, baby. And then we see 4 months earlier, pregnant Tigerlily is weed whacking the yard of this cabin that they bought. She's 6 months pregnant. And Shay and Cruz, her makeup artist and hairdresser, who are her friends that she pays, come over, and they do not like Adnan. They went with her to Jordan as chaperones. You may have seen a clip of them doing her makeup on the plane, like curling her hair in the aisles of the plane with all the other passengers around, spraying hairspray. It was a lot. So they didn't like how conservative he was, and he yelled at her. And like one time she took 4 hours to get ready and he yelled at her. That was valid. But they don't like him. So they come to the cabin. She shows them around. It still has tons of renovations before she can move in. She shows them the fancy $12,000 toilet that she bought 2 of. She accidentally sprays Shay with the bidet, and Shay is pretending to be a good sport about it, but actually hates her. And Tigerlily says it's an expensive water filtration system, so it's like bottled water.
You're not embarrassed about a $12,000 toilet?
Well, you should be embarrassed about a $12,000 toilet in your log cabin.
Also,
that's why.
Bidet.
Also,
Maybe
bidet. Yeah.
Tigerlily seems like she might be willing to invest in a small startup company. That's bidet.
You think Tigerlily could make bidet mate happen?
Yeah.
Keep that dream alive.
Okay.
So she they ask if Adnan knows how much she spent on the toilet, and she says no, he didn't really ask about the money, because they don't talk about money. But we enjoy the finer things in life.
No kidding.
It's a luxurious log cabin. So
are we gonna live there, or is this a vacation home?
No, they plan to like live there. She was living in like an apartment before. It was weird.
Where is she? In Missouri? Texas? Where is she?
Dallas, Texas. So they met on social media. They got married a few months later in Jordan, first day that they met. She says they were meant for each other. She got pregnant 2 months later because she flew over on a bang trip so that they could get pregnant, and it worked. So they tried to get pregnant, like on purpose, before he was in America and before they had fully discussed finances or children or how many children he wanted. She just wants one because she's already 41 and she has 2 children at home. So the next day she picks him up in her matte black Lambo with a bunch of black balloons. And she says at the beginning, Adnan was okay with her not being Muslim, but lately he's acting like he wants her to convert. We've never seen this before on 90 Day Fiancé.
What are you talking about? Why would he do that?
Why would he possibly do that? Why would he mislead her and make it seem like that? We've seen it on every season. There's been, Mary Payne and I discussed, I think there's been one Muslim guy who was fine with it, and that is Rebecca and Zied. And yes. I don't think he cares if she converts.
Is he practicing?
Probably not.
Unsure. No. Okay. All
right. So, but they're on diaries, and she thought he was cheating. It was a whole thing.
Oh no! I'm glad they're still together-ish.
Yeah, they actually moved back to Tunisia for a while, but then I think they're back in America. So she feels blindsided because she did no research whatsoever on his religion or culture. So she doesn't understand that it would be important to him. She was fine with their baby being Muslim, but she is Christian and her kids are Christian. So she's like, that's what I thought we were going to do. So he's giving up his whole life with his mom and his 15 brothers and sisters in Jordan. Now, he also portrayed that he was a bit of a feminist because his dad left his mom and was a jerk. And she like single raised all 15 of his kids. So he was sort of portrayed himself as like girl power, but for like 5 seconds. And then it was like, you can't show your body and you can't be alone with a man because women's bodies are evil and they will corrupt the man.
Sorry, that is also from, because he is a practicing Muslim, right? These are traditions that are held in.
Yes, but his mom doesn't really practice, and it doesn't seem like his sisters practice that strictly. So
This is
he
on him.
didn't seem, it is on him.
Okay.
Because when they talked to the mom was like, no, you have to respect her. What your wife says goes, kind of.
Yep.
And he was like, no, I think we're misinterpreting. I think it's not this. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she arrives at the airport to meet Daddy. We're going to meet Daddy. And she's very nervous and her feet hurt because she chose to wear slide like heels, sandals when she's 6 months pregnant. And
Come on.
she sees her baby. I love you so much, baby.
She starts crying.
And she starts crying. And then he kisses her stomach and it's very sweet, but not really. And then he says he was traveling for 27 hours. He's just so happy. He's finally with his wife and his baby. And he's saying hello to her stomach and listening for an answer. He can be kind of funny. Like he could be a tiny bit charming, but then he was mostly a jerk on the tell-all. Like he would occasionally have a one-liner that was funny, but it was in a jerky way. And so we didn't fall for it. We did not like him. Yes.
I think we've solved the puzzle, by the way.
Yeah.
By what you have described here to me on this day and what I have seen on the screen, that tell-all was filmed after this was shot.
Yes, correct. Because he was in America.
So that tell-all was shot after this season or somewhere in the middle.
In the middle. Correct.
So we are going to see a change in her where she does start to submit and maybe converts. That's coming. Yeah. But I'm saying, I think the reason that it seems so disjointed for the way she behaved at the tell-all and then at the beginning of this episode is still like, what is he talking about? Is because they're out of sync in shooting. It's also why you should have picked another couple for Ever After. It's ridiculous for them to be on Ever After. I don't understand. You didn't have any other couples you could pick from? Why are they here?
There's 17 other couples on this season. You could have just skipped them all together.
There's 17 couples coming this season?
There's 8 couples on this season. That's too many couples.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's insane.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's too much. But
it's too much.
Last Resort, we're gonna have to talk about because you didn't watch Last Resort.
I know about Last Resort.
There were 5 episodes of the tell-all on Last Resort. 5
that's
parts.
Because they're picking the most. They're like, who's doing the most? And
they were all doing
put them in a resort.
Yeah.
So we need to find out when that's filmed. And I know that you and I are interested in taking some sort of a trip to a resort. Maybe we should try to figure that out.
The first season of Last Resort, they were at a resort and the other guests complained so much that they ended up, now the last season was in like a commune, like in the middle of the desert. So there was no one else around because people just hated filming with Angela in a hot tub. Like, how can you enjoy your vacation with Big Ed and Angela screaming at each other in a hot tub?
But you and I would have had a blast.
I would have enjoyed my vacation. That would have been worth all the money.
That would have been like
the manager would have apologized to us and we would be like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. No.
And also the manager maybe have given us tips on where to hang out to watch stuff.
Yeah.
And then also maybe they would have been like, we're going to refund half your trip because they're so disruptive.
Right.
So we would have gotten like half
or a coupon for next time. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We got it.
Yeah. We would pretend to be unhappy. We'd be like, yeah, it's a shame. It really put a damper on our vacation.
I was so bummed. And meanwhile, just popcorn.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Exactly. So they are going to the car. He wants to drive because his pregnant wife can't drive, but really because he's the man, he can't sit in the side seat. That's ridiculous. He doesn't have a license in America. Also,
he certainly doesn't.
As she points out, he was traveling for 27 hours. So he's probably very tired and he doesn't know the roads. So
she's got money. Can I say something? Okay, maybe this is the day to leave the Lambo in the garage and maybe you hire a driver for today. So
Mhm.
maybe you hire a driver in a
Yeah.
town car or something to
Yeah.
come and get you guys from the airport if it's a long drive. You're pregnant. He can't legally drive here.
But she
So
doesn't
hire
think
someone.
that he is going to she is surprised that he wants to take over and drive because she doesn't know her husband or his culture at all because they have not talked about anything important. When he wants to drive, she's like, "What? I'm driving." Like, obviously I'm driving. I drove here. I'm the one with the license. This is my car.
Also, a a Lamborghini, I am assuming I've never been inside one. I'm assuming it's not maybe
Like a
the
standard
easiest to get
car to
used
drive.
to
Right.
driving. Right,
Right.
exactly. It's not a Honda Accord. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So she goes, "It's not about looking cool in the Lambo. It's about safety, baby." So then, but he insists on driving, and then almost gets them hit by a car in the parking lot of the airport. And then he speeds through a stop sign, and he says, "In Jordan, you only have to stop if there's people there." And then there's a storm, and he thinks the weather is so weird and he's scared, and it's hot and rainy at the same time, and it's dark in the middle of the day, and he thinks it's like hell, and it's maybe a bad omen on his first day. And
Yeah,
she's
welcome to
like,
the South. Yeah.
"Do you want me to drive because it's raining, baby?" And he says, "No, I'm the man. I drive." And she's like, "This controlling man thing isn't going to fly here." And it's like she again does not know
No.
who he is. And it's all brand new information to her that a man would be like this. Okay, moving on to Kara and Guillermo. Do you remember them?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Have
She
they been
was
on
the
since I saw them?
no, no,
Mm,
just on Diaries. She
okay.
was the balloon arch lady,
Oh, yes. I
but she's a
remember.
realtor now.
And they
So
met, like, on a trip. They did
on
not meet
vacation,
online. They met
no,
and he was like,
she went there
"I'm
to
loving,"
visit.
and yeah,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, they actually, like, met, fell in love, they were super horny, and, she is also, like, 10 years older than him.
That's my other thought. She is also older than him. Yeah, mhm.
Yeah. So, they are bringing they're going through a very rough patch in their marriage. They
Yeah,
are
they are.
bringing their son to pick peaches, and he makes a joke about eating her peach, and she's like, "No." Because she says they haven't had sex in like 4 months, even though he's been begging every day, because she can't have sex while things are bad in the marriage. She is the Gino of this relationship, and he is the Jasmine. He's like, "I still have needs, let's bang it out." And
They're not gonna like that comparison. You need to apologize.
sorry. We actually like them. Like, I'm rooting for them. She was kind of a
I
bisque in
I
their
remember.
season.
I remember.
Um, but I really like them on Diaries, and I think she's
I'm
again.
100% rooting for them. Also, I do understand that, like, they're gonna paint people in certain ways, and she seemed to be someone that they could have edited in a certain way, because it
Yes,
seems
she's
like
high
even in
strung.
yes, in this episode, we're seeing even more about her, like the singing and all sorts of stuff. Maybe it was last episode, but, like,
Yeah.
there's definitely more to her that we didn't get to see last
Yes.
time that makes more
Yes.
sense.
And as I talked with Matt Maher about it last week, if
Mhm.
you decide to marry a man who is 10 years younger than you, whose frontal lobe is just developing, he was like 22 when they got together, or 20, like he's 25 now, and then you have a baby, you sometimes have to mother because he is acting so immature, and then you become the nagging, harping wife that no one likes. And but is he turning you into that, or are you just like that? It's the chicken or the egg. And no one's happy. Also, as Matt Maher said, no one wants to fuck their mother. So that's part of the issue. And now we can cuss on the show. And are you
Excuse your mouth?
Katie
Excuse
is
your
really
mouth.
surprised. It's
Say, "Excuse
freeing,
me."
Katie. We never cuss on our show, and Katie, it's freeing. Just try it. It feels so good. Just do
Don't peer pressure me. What is going
it.
on? Don't peer pressure me. I don't wanna
it
get in a
feels
bad habit.
it
I
feels
can't
so
get in the
good.
habit. But okay. Sorry, press on.
So
I was
they
distracted
are
by you cursing. Go ahead.
I know. So they're at the orchard, they're holding hands. Do you know I originally wrote they go to the farm? And I was like, that's not what it's called. What is it where peaches grow? And then I finally got to orchard.
Tree farm.
Yeah, tree farm. So they're holding hands for a second and it's cute, but then she's like, we need, we have these trouble in our marriage, and just because he's acting cute at the tree farm, it's not going to solve everything. She said one of our main issues, besides him quitting his job without telling me and wanting to be a pilot, is and losing our health care, is that I have this music career that is rising. And my dad knew about it. I think my dad follows her on Instagram. He goes, she's a really good singer.
She is a good, and it's a very specific kind of music. I was fascinated. I was like,
yeah,
okay, all of this makes, like, their story makes more sense. Why didn't they give us that information in the we don't hear anything about that.
Yeah, bachata music, and she speaks Spanish fluently. She's like one of the only people who learned the other person's language, but she already knew it, I think. She went to go live there. Like I think she traveled all over. She's very ambitious and likes to travel, and so she has been performing all over, and he never wants to come to her performances. And he tells us, it's not that I don't like her music, I just don't love it. And I don't love the people that go to those shows. So it's not like my scene. So, but
you can date and marry someone with different music tastes than you. You can. What's harder is when someone actually does that for a living. That makes it tricky. Like, having different music tastes is the spice of life. But this is something, this
as
isn't
Katie
even about the
openly
music.
mocks me because of how much I loved Counting Crows.
Yeah. And some other stuff.
And some other stuff.
Tay-Tay, but some other stuff.
That was
a long time ago.
Tay-Tay, but now she's jumped on board a little.
I have not mocked you in a long time about, I specifically did not like that band, and it seemed like all of my closest friends were like, let's go to a concert. Absolutely not. So hold on. Let me wait, I had something important I was saying. It's not about the music. It's not about that. It's just about supporting her. It doesn't matter if you hate it. It just doesn't matter. You need to be at the shows.
Yeah.
If you do a podcast, your significant other should listen to the podcast.
Oliver.
He maybe listens to one.
Yeah. He tells her he's going to try harder and go to her shows. And he says, I really think we should start sleeping in the same bed again. I think that'll help. And she's like, I don't know. It might be too soon. What you said in therapy really hurt me. So they went to a therapist once, and the therapist said, so I assume you're here because you love each other and you care about each other. And Kara said, of course. And he said, I don't know.
I am so on her team on this. You can't unsay that. You can't unhear that. And her not sleeping in the bed with him, like, the minute that came out, I was like, that's hurt. There is something there that she doesn't want to share, like, this intimate space with you. That's a trust-breaking comment. It's like, that hurts in your bones, like that, and it probably blindsided her. So I can't even imagine. That is almost a deal breaker sentence, and I think he was doing it to be a petulant kid. I think he said it to be like, I just don't know anymore. I think that sounds like a tantrum-y, like a toddler type retort, and it is not the way she took it. So
no,
he's got work to do.
He has a lot of work to do, and maybe quitting your job without telling her wasn't the first step that you were thinking it would be. So he apologizes. He's immature. He apologizes and says, I love you and I'm sorry. And she cries and says she doesn't know if she can get over it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would get over it. I don't know if I would.
So now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
No.
Gino and Jasmine and Matt and Natalie. And it's not Natalie of Mike and Natalie. I really kind of wish it was.
I don't want to. I was
So
disappointed to see them. I couldn't watch half of the scenes because the gross out factor was on a level that was
yeah,
I was squirming and going,
no. He
out
makes
loud.
all of my feminine organs, like, shrivel up and start crying.
The amount of licking and
I know.
stuff that I've had to watch, I
Mhm.
I c anyone
Yeah.
else maybe.
No,
No.
not Katie. Katie cannot watch anything making Oh, you meant like you could have watched anyone else do
No,
that.
no, and then now I'm taking that back because I don't wanna see Big Ed do it either, but I really like, there's a weird desperation about Gino that
Yeah,
makes me uncomfortable and grossed out at the same time, and I'm
yeah,
sorry, Gino. Um, this is weird, and it's weird how much Natalie looks like Jasmine.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
bizarre.
yeah. I also think she looks like the Octomom
She
and
does.
Larissa, Colty's first wife.
She does.
So she looks that generic what everyone's doing to their face now. And
And
it's
body.
and
But no,
body.
not really in
So,
body, really just in, like no, Natalie is the most natural, I would say, of
of
all the
of
people listed.
her and Jasmine
Yeah,
and
and
Darcy.
of
Okay,
Larissa.
the bar. Yeah. So they have just had their date in the Vegas Ice Bar, which I do want to go to. It looks kind of fun.
Yeah,
But I told Matt I want to bring my own coat because I don't think they wash those coats, and that's gross because
agreed.
everyone in Vegas is sweaty and sticky. So they and licking each other.
It's
So
really
they
cold
were
in the winter.
so they go to or they were licking and sucking ice off in each other's faces. There was lots of licking and sucking. And then she asks, when is the last time you effed your wife? And he's like, it really turns me on when you say that word. Say that again, Natalie.
No, no.
And he says, it's been probably since we first got married. And Natalie is just shocked. And he's like, I can't do it when I don't have this like romantic connection or if there's yelling and stuff. So Natalie says she has an instant connection to him because he's on TV. And he says, when you first saw me, like, was I making you hot? Like, like and she's like, yes, you're so adorable. Your smile is so amazing. She says adorable. She doesn't say
Adorable.
sexy. She says adorable.
Yeah.
Which is what any grown man wants to hear. But he does because he loves it. He giggles like a girl whenever she says stuff like that.
Any any pos
Oh.
any positive confirmation he's gonna respond to because Jasmine was so negative, and also,
Mhm.
I don't think that the problems in the bedroom with Jasmine and Gino were because there was lots of fighting. I think that she probably was pretty demeaning, and that's
Mhm.
gonna be a problem. So, I think he was probably
Yes.
having a hard time just
Yes.
because she was like, "You're not doing this right," and that's hard to get
Uh-huh.
over.
Also, I think he had a porn addiction. So
That's gonna
that
be hard. Yeah, that's hard.
alters your brain chemistry and makes you expect sex to be a different thing than it is, or makes
It's not
you
just that,
expect women to have a different to behave differently than they
and
do.
also it can be from chronic masturbating. There's things that go along with that, like physiologically.
Yeah,
So, like, that you can't then reach orgasm or whatever because it's too many times.
too many times. Wore it out.
I don't wanna talk
So
about this anymore.
so she he says, do you want to come to my hotel?"
No.
And
I know.
she's like, yes, because she finds him so sexy and he's on TV. So she goes and sits on his bed, and you see it cross over her face, this look that says, how badly do I want to be on TV? Like, do I have to? And then they do this awkward flirting, and he's giggling like a little girl, and they pop these little bottles of champagne, and she's like chugging it because it's the only thing that's going to get her through. And she's teaching him how to lick the champagne bottle, because anything to prolong the lovemaking. And Katie has taken her headphones off, which is a sign that she's had too much. So
we're not talking about the bottles.
She's like teaching him how to lick the bottles, and then, dear God, make it stop. And then they kiss, and the cameraman appears to run out of the room because he's gone blind. But it turns out the next day, Gino goes to buy some cologne for himself, because what happened the night before was they just kissed and then she left. She bolted. She's like, I've been on TV enough. I got to get out of this room.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. So she agreed to go to his room, sat on the bed, gave him a smooch, and then left. And then, so he thinks he needs cologne because maybe she left because he smells bad.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
But I also, did you notice that he has two double beds in the room, or two queen beds?
Yes.
So you didn't even spring it in Vegas. You didn't spring for a king suite or a king room. If you're expecting to go there and have some business with this new lady, which is you exploring your weird open marriage that's not an open marriage, that's very much a closed marriage. If you thought that the sexy option would be to have two beds in the room, he doesn't even think like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I was shocked by the two beds. Also, a lot of times it's cheaper for that room. So you're also didn't spring to pay more money for it just doesn't bode well. The whole thing is not.
No, it's bad.
Yeah.
So he's like, he goes to the cologne shop. He's like, I want one that'll make a lady like jump on me and like ignore my face and personality and want to have sex with me. And the lady and voice. And the lady's like, oh, try this. Please get out of my store. You're so unsexy.
It's called Jacquard Noir. They sell it at CVS.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
So the next day is his last day with Natalie, because he's been there a day, I guess. It was a 2-day trip. And they are drinking these huge drinks with like marshmallows on top with a lot of alcohol in them, because she needs a lot of alcohol to be with Gino.
She does. I noticed that. Yeah.
So, and then they play like games at this Dave and Buster type place, which actually looks really fun. I would go there.
I have like 3 places to take you that are really cool. There's one place that just opened that's like an adult like playground type thing that I haven't been yet, but it has like mazes. It's really cool. It's like a center and you pay for like the afternoon to go, but it's all
that
like
sounds fun.
Neat thing. Yeah, I think we'd have a lot of fun. I have a list of things to do when you decide to go on a trip to Vegas with me.
Okay, I'm in. But not now when it's 1,000 degrees.
No,
so
when we go is at Christmas, because there's no one there and it's dirt cheap.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So she tells him, I still have questions about what's going on with Jasmine. You've been very vague about the whole thing. So like, did you kick her out of the house or did she leave? And he says, well, we got into a fight and she went to the gym and she said she wasn't coming back because of the way I was talking to her. That's a red flag, Natalie. You should be listening to the words that he's saying. Yep. And she stayed at Matt's. And Natalie's like, so who is Matt? Because she is pretending she doesn't watch this show. Or Last Resort hasn't aired yet at this time.
Interesting.
So
okay.
Gino is like, how can I say this? I agreed to an open marriage. And he explains, like, I wasn't able to have sex with her because of the fighting and she needed her needs met. So I thought this could work for us. And our therapist at Last Resort convinced us that it would be a good idea. But she didn't really. She said we had to have a lot of rules and it might not be right for us. But Jasmine only heard I can have sex with someone. So we signed up. And so Natalie's like, how do I fit into this scenario? Am I part of this open marriage? Are you still with Jasmine? And he says, technically, yes, I am. And she's shocked because he didn't tell her any of this. He just said my wife moved out. So she thought he was getting a divorce. And she's like, obviously there's a lot of issues going on. She's like, even though I'm dating Gino on national TV, have a strong moral compass. And I do not want to be used as a pawn to get back at his ex. And I don't want to be in something this complicated. And he should have told me sooner, which is all true. So he's packing up to go home, and he's like, what do you think you want to do? And she's like, well, where does Jasmine think your relationship is at? And he says, great question. She's like, I don't want to be in the middle if she's trying to reconcile with you. And he says, I don't really know because I haven't been talking to her at all, but I like you now. And because you look like her and you're nice to me. So she says, oh, well, I need Jasmine to know that you've moved on and there's no way that she's coming back. Like, I don't want to be hidden. I don't want to be part of your open marriage. So if we're together, your marriage is over. Do you understand? You have to talk to Gino like he's a child. He's like, yeah, I think I get it. So he says, I haven't pursued divorce because it just happened like a few months ago. Okay, it happened 4 months ago. And you're now, okay. So he says, meeting you changed things. Like, he would have clung on to being in this like separation state for a long time with Jasmine, probably forever. Like,
you think
he's
so?
He's very passive. Like, he doesn't tend to do anything. By the way, where are the children? Because he had lied to her about filing the paperwork to bring her children over. And because he didn't want to spend the money on a lawyer. So he was doing the paperwork himself. But then it was summertime. And you can't do paperwork when it's summertime in Michigan because it's so nice. You want to be outside. And so it seemed like a waste to do it. That was his excuse. So her children have still not been brought over. We don't know if she even cares because now she has a new baby. But
and a new face, right?
And a totally new face, new butt, new butt, new who this. So Natalie says, you need to decide like if you want a divorce and then decide if you want to keep seeing me. You and Jasmine need closure. It needs to be closed. It's closed. That's what's morally correct here. So Gino wants to be in a healthy relationship, something positive for once, instead of so negative with Jasmine. And he says, I have a lot to think about. They hug goodbye, and good for her for getting on camera without having to sleep with Gino.
Good she comes out looking like a rose in this because she does the right thing, which is this seems morally ambiguous to me and I'm not down with that. So you need to do all these things knowing he's not going to be able to do any of those things.
Right. Exactly.
You're going to do whatever Jasmine wants.
So. Yeah. So he is like, I got to decide what to do. I still have a lot invested in this marriage, but I also want to be happy. And I mean, he's put a lot of time and money into bringing her to America. So, and he's spent a lot on her. So that's, I think, when he said invested, he literally meant money investments.
Okay. Yeah.
He paid for half of that butt implant because she spent the money he gave her for the dress on her butt, but that was only half of the butt. So she got the other half from her friend Dan. So,
oh God. Oh, this couple.
Yeah. So meanwhile, back in Michigan, Jasmine goes shopping with Michelle, Gino's cousin-in-law. Michelle has been nice to Jasmine since she got there. Michelle and her husband, Dana, actually seem to prefer Jasmine to Gino, to their own relative.
Hilarious.
They tend to take her side, and most of the family does. Gino will like gather the troops and tell them what's going on in the marriage, and everyone dogpiles onto Gino. It's pretty funny. And it's like, you're the problem, dude.
Yeah.
And Jasmine is no peach. Jasmine is not a good person. Are you kidding? Either.
Oh no, they both have like huge flaws here. Yeah.
Huge flaws. So I will say, though, Jasmine is really good at a tell-all. She is girl power at the tell-all. She defends all the women. She defends all the immigrants. She is like, it's hilarious how you can like turn and go, good job, Jasmine. And then you hate her again.
Because Jasmine's fighting style is atrocious, right? And so we're watching her fight with Gino. And then also she has that jealous hair that is out of control and not that she needs to work on that. That is a therapy thing. That is, I don't know what that is, but that like, it makes her into a different person.
The hair?
Like the wild hair, like, that's what
Her
I'm trying to say.
extensions
No,
that
no,
she puts
wild
on?
she has a wild hair, like, that she has this jealousy streak. There is a part of
Oh,
her personality
you
that
meant like her hair, and I
no,
was like,
I mixed, like, 5 analogies in one, don't worry about it, but I'm just
I
saying
understand.
that is, like,
Yes. No, she has a
that's
crazy jealousy streak, like
so
crazy.
jealous, yeah.
Like, I remember before she came to America and he would go pick up food and she'd be like, "Turn the camera around, Gino. I want to see who you're talking with."
That
And
kinda
he
stuff.
had to like turn the camera around so she could see the lady at the counter at Popeyes to see what lady he was talking to. So Gino, Jasmine tells Michelle, "I miss Gino, and the open marriage messed everything up." Shocker. No one could have seen that coming. And Jasmine says, "I don't even know what he's doing because he's blocked me on everything." And Michelle says, "Well, I do know that he met someone online and he went to see her in Vegas, and the girl is your clone." And yeah. So and Jasmine's like shocked and angry, and she's heartbroken for some reason because she loves Gino, or she's really good at fake crying, and she starts crying.
No,
So
no, Jasmine really wants what she can't have.
yeah,
This is a loss of an object. It
yeah,
is not gonna go well. Mhm.
yeah. So let's jump into the Florida Hot Mess Express.
No,
So
no, not
um
this either.
the three
No.
couples together getting their hero shot walking on the sand. They've never, this is too much. So, but that dinner party was amazing.
It
That is my kind of housewarming party.
But it's always a you invite Andre, and that is what
Uh-huh.
is going to he is a hothead of all hotheads, just
Mhm.
and I feel like some of the times he just does it on purpose.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
he's
know what an
poking the he
ultimatum is.
loves to
What's
poke the
wrong with
bear.
you?
Yeah, he
Ugh,
loves it.
no.
So also that friend Noga, she was auditioning and she nailed it. She nailed the
She
audition. 10 out of 10. You
Yep,
delivered on
great
your
job,
first episode of the show.
great job.
So Lauren's friend Noga, or who Andre calls Doga, which is a lame insult,
Agreed.
screams at Andre and then runs off. And Lauren runs after her to calm her down. And then she comes back and she apologizes to her guests, even though she has nothing to apologize for. But Jovi's hot take is that Lauren and Alexi should have de escalated the situation better. And it was their fault as the hosts.
That is a
What?
that's a terrible take. That was a terrible take.
Jovi?
What are you talking
No.
about?
What are you talking about? So everyone is leaving, and Libby is like, "This was so fun." Sorry, my husband ruined it. And Lauren is mad that her good friend Libby, who didn't stand up to her husband at all and let Andre ruin the party. So Andre and Elizabeth drive home. She's mad that he used the word ultimatum and it made her look dumb because she wasn't expecting it. And it makes her look like she has no say in her marriage, which you don't. Because you've set a precedent where you don't. And
Ooh.
he says it was a language barrier. And she says, that was the lamest housewarming party ever. And they both agree that Noga was insane and totally out of line. So they're just like mean girl gossiping about the party when
And
they're the
also
ones who
creating
ruined it.
false memories in their head to be like, "It
Yes.
wasn't him, it was that she overreacted, and she's obviously got mental issues." Like, it's that kind
Yes.
of thing where you have to, like,
Uh-huh.
it's definitely not our fault. It's gonna be
No,
everyone else's problem,
no.
which is that's unlikable. Don't do that. Don't do
And
that.
then he tries to convince Libby that Lauren was out of line with the mom comments, like the mama bear and the mom needs to be happy if you take the kids to another country. And
Stop
Libby
it.
is like, well, she's just saying that the mom is the foundation and the mom should be happy. But then she tells us that she's disappointed in Lauren and felt like Lauren was criticizing them. And she's like, my family criticizes me enough. I just want support from Lauren. You want blind support when you are moving your children to another country and your friend doesn't think it's a good idea. Okay.
Also, learn to understand the difference between concern and criticism.
Yeah.
Your friend isn't criticizing you. She's not
No.
looking down on you for your decision. She's like, you wanna take a minute and talk this out and think about this? There's a
Yeah.
big difference between you're being so stupid. That's not what Lauren's doing. Lauren's not doing
No,
that.
she never said anything bad about Libby. She was merely defending herself against Andre, too, for most of the
Correct.
conversation.
Yes.
So Andre says, they're just jealous of us. And Libby goes,
Oh,
of
come
what?
on. Come
Jealous of what?
on.
And he says, moving to Moldova. And Libby rolls her eyes, but she says nothing. And then Andre says, I didn't say anything about that stupid fish on the wall, and it wasn't even real, that big fish that Alexi is so proud of. And Libby just doesn't say anything. Like, she always she does this. She sticks up for herself and for women to a point, but then at some point she goes, it's not worth arguing, and then she just lets Andre have his way. And she does this over and over again. Like, I
Picks her
honestly
battles.
think
Yeah.
she picks her battles. I honestly think she lets him vote for her because she's like, it's not worth arguing. Like, it's this like fake feminism that drives me crazy.
Oh, that's
Because,
not great.
like, I don't know, I'm just saying, but
No,
like,
I see what you're saying.
it's
That also she might hate
she's
that.
like,
So we don't know that. Let's say
I have a
allegedly this
voice
is
in this marriage, and I'm like, do you? Like, you act like you do, but then you actually don't, because you back
she
down
does
every single
sometimes.
time.
It's just that Andre seems to be completely unwilling to change or to see
Mhm.
that, like, everyone's if everyone's mad at you, I mean, come on. Like,
You're the problem.
you need to, like you're not a weak person for changing your mind and, like, trying to, like,
Be
be
better.
kinder and, like,
Yeah.
it's just he's unwilling to
You
budge
have
and
Alexi, who has been a chauvinist many times on their season.
yeah.
But when it comes down to it, he has his wife's back. He like says that the women are important and they should have a voice, like,
Yeah, he hears her.
he hears her. When it comes down to it, like, in the anger of the moment, he will sometimes be a chauvinist jerk, but then he
Mhm.
apologizes and is like, you are in charge, honey. Like, it's so I don't, yeah, I just, you have him. What I said last week is Andre's a bully. Like, and sometimes I like Andre. He can be funny.
Mhm.
Sometimes at the tell-all, like, they brought him on as a commentator on one of the tell-alls, and he went after Shekinah, and
I
it was
remember.
hilarious.
I remember.
So
Yes.
sometimes I'm like, Andre, I love you. But then he is a bully, and he bullies Jovi because he thinks Jovi is a mama's boy and like a beta. But then when it comes to Alexi, he never raises his voice at Alex. He like talks to him like respectfully, because Alex is like, he sees him as like another alpha male. So he only yells at Jovi and the women, but he
It's so
respects
weird.
Alex.
I hate that. I hate that because it's not wrong. I can see that. It's despicable that he
It
does
is. And so I
that.
get why Noga was so upset. Like, he is like a bully, and he screams at women who he doesn't even know. Like, you shouldn't scream at any woman.
You
Your
should
wife,
not
you shouldn't
scream it.
scream at a woman you just met. You shouldn't scream at your friend that it's a woman, and you shouldn't scream at your wife that's a woman.
This is what I'm talking about with the not being willing to change. You've been on the show, you've been in America, you've been on the show long enough, you've been married long enough. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can't you see that, like, this kind of behavior where you only talk to the alpha male in the room and, like,
Yeah.
not the beta and the
Yeah.
can't you see that, like, is really not it? Like,
Well,
can you
it's
not
getting them
see
more
it?
seasons on the show, all the fighting. So maybe he's being rewarded for this behavior.
And the whole family's against well, never mind, the family's a can of worms, we won't go into that.
The
Okay.
family is a disaster, but his
Yes.
dad is like the nicest, most gentle man. When he came over, I mean, it was
That's
hard to
right.
tell because he doesn't speak English, but
Oh,
he
the
was
dad.
so sweet and like
Yeah.
respectful.
A
So
doll.
it's,
Yes, I
yeah.
remember. Mhm.
So meanwhile, Lauren and Alexi agree that Andre was so rude, and Andre is making Libby move and not listening to his wife, and that's totally wrong. Yeah.
Is the move to Moldova real, or is there speculation that that is all fake for the show?
I think it's fake. That's why now and because they got on happily, I think they're just using that as a plot line where they're gonna like go visit.
That's my question. And then at
Yeah,
the
I
end,
don't
they're
know.
gonna decide, and Andre, maybe this will be an Andre redemption arc where he says, "I have to do what my wife wants. We're not
Right.
gonna move because she's not
That
comfortable."
would be
Like,
good.
I am wondering if that's where we're going here. So he's gonna be
Yeah.
terrible, even more terrible than normal in the beginning, and then we're gonna move
Yeah.
to that at the end. Also, if that happens, I feel like I get a prize.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
you guessed it, trophy, or a plush.
Uh-huh.
We should
Yeah,
make our own
pin.
buttons, a
Yeah.
pin that gets mailed to
Yeah.
you. Regardless, but I think it's also fake. I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna give up her cushy life with like the amenities that she likes, and she also doesn't speak the language.
Yeah.
And I think they're very attached to her dad, Chuck, and
Yeah.
I think he's not going to want to. I think once he goes back to Moldova, he's going to realize that he really likes America.
I think
And
so too. Does he work for Chuck still? I don't know where they are in
he's
the working.
still, I think he does his own realty now because Chuck got him
Mm,
into it. So I'm not sure if he still actually works for Chuck.
mm.
Chuck turned out to be such a great guy. Like I hated Chuck at the beginning. I hated the whole family. Most of them are trash, but Chuck turned out to be a nice guy.
Okay.
So meanwhile, so they're arguing and they don't want, Libby to go to Moldova. So Lauren's like, they're going in a few weeks. I think
Mhm.
Andre's going to convince her to stay and make it a permanent move. So I need to convince her. And, good luck. Because Libby also doesn't like being challenged, so she's gonna like do it almost just to spite Lauren. I feel like if Lauren pushes too hard, Libby's gonna like do the move just to spite everybody.
She's got that tendency. Yes, I could see that.
So Lexi is agreeing with Lauren, like, yeah, he shouldn't have said like mama bear, and saying you were using that argument. You are the mama bear, and I love your mama bear, and it was cute. So
Are
okay.
Lauren and Alexi only on the show to be a part of that storyline, or are we gonna get anything separate with Lauren and Alexi? I can't tell if they're actually
Well,
on the show.
okay, so they've had a lot on previous seasons. She had this huge makeover, all this plastic surgery. So there was tons of fighting about that. She clearly has like body dysmorphia. And so she got like a lot of work done and then it wasn't enough. She wanted more. And now she has the braces, but I think she's put more surgeries on hold, I think.
What? She doesn't look that different. What did
It's
she
not in her face, it was body. And they did like lots of body stuff, like stuff that was like, oh my God, like cutting, like shaving bone down. Like that's the stuff she wants, like the really invasive stuff. And everyone at the tell-all was like, you don't need it, you have a problem, like you're gorgeous. And so
that's a hard one.
yeah. And then her parents. So her mom is a nightmare. She is a terrible person. She's ranking up there as one of the worst moms on this show. And I'm counting her up with the Sway-Lu's mom. Give me
Why?
my money. Just horrible, manipulative, rude. She slapped Lauren on TV during one of their fights.
I feel like I remember this. Okay.
Yeah, because Lauren and Alexi wanted to move to Israel and she didn't agree with it. And she said, like, you can't do it on your own. You can't be a mom without my help, and like horrible
Ooh.
stuff. And then they got in this huge fight and she wasn't going to come to Lauren's baby shower, or like it was like just really manipulative. She got the dad to not talk to Lauren. She got the sister to not talk to Lauren. She's, I think, narcissist and like does the flying monkeys thing. Like, and now it appears that they have all iced out Lauren and she's not talking to any of her family. And they were so close. So I feel like there's going to be more of that on the season. Hi, we have a cat. Is it Ulysses? Hi, Ulysses. Hello. Hi, friend. Hello. Pink Shade listeners, you're getting to see a cat. So, hi. If you're watching this on video, follow Pink Shade on YouTube. So, she's a terrible mom. And the dad is just quiet and kind of goes along with the mom. Anyway, giving Jews a bad name. And where I think we might see more of that this season, because I hope their whole season is not just like to deal with the Andre and Libby thing.
Okay, that would be stupid. Are on. We think they're on for.
I hope they're on for themselves. They've been on for themselves, and it was a disaster. There was like lots of fighting. Like they argue about wanting more kids, and like they have a lot of fights. I don't know. They're kind of exhausting. They're not my favorite couple, but I just hope they're not there as just like a foil for another couple. That would be stupid.
I like them. I like to watch them. I was pleasantly surprised.
So Darcy and Georgie. No. Oh my God. No. How long has it been since you've seen Darcy?
I was fine with just that being it. I was fine with being my last time, the last time. Darcy was with Jessie.
Jessie, right? The last time you saw her?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
that she did her own show, and then I know that her and her sister her and Stacy did the Barbie surgeries.
Right.
So I was invested
Turkey.
in that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In Turkey, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Speaking of body dysmorphia. Wow. So they're getting dressed.
Who is this guy?
Georgie is a very shady character. He was already living in America. He came over on a K-1 visa, I think, with this other woman, and he was married to her for a long time. Okay. He was still married to her, I think, when he met Darcy. I could have some of this wrong. They got together and he got divorced, and maybe he cheated on her like several times, but it was never confirmed. He was very shady, like using her for money. He became friends with Florian, but then like Florian kind of sees the truth about Georgie, that Georgie is no good. And they kept breaking up. Florian is Stacy's husband, who they were on Last Resort last season. Mm-hmm. And their whole storyline on Last Resort was that Florian was too close to Darcy. Like Darcy would call him in the middle of the night and ask for advice, because like she thinks of Florian like her brother, and it was weird. So
we have a special visit. I'm so sorry.
Another cat. Sorry, this is a cat.
No, not just any cat.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Hildy. I haven't seen you in so long. You look great, girl.
That was straight into Mike and not amused.
Not happy.
No,
she doesn't like being on
camera.
Not
like the light. I apologize, Brunhilde. Okay, sorry. Press on.
So, Georgie's trouble. We don't trust Georgie at all. They broke up and got back together many times. He's younger, much younger than her, in his 30s, I think. And they finally got married, but
there shouldn't be a finally got married. There shouldn't be that with Darcy, especially not with Darcy, where she's having to like push the issue of marriage. Yeah. Just can't you see that that's going to end badly? Yeah. If you want this more, Kimberly.
Well, she's like, he flew down to Miami to win me over. No one had ever done that for me. Meant so much. Heartwarming. Like, he got on a plane. Darcy, raise your standards. Ladies, raise your standards.
Oh my God. I have
Stacy too. Florian has not been treating you well, and he has been using you for money for a long time too. So let's get real, ladies. You could do better. Girl power. So Darcy and Stacy are getting dressed in Miami, and they're telling each other about the sex they're having. And Darcy said, I rode the zebra last night. Nice. I think because he was wearing that zebra print shirt. I'm glad you got some. So it's their 50th birthday, and Darcy's foot has locked up like a dragon with like a claw.
I got locked toe. What'd she say?
What's going on with our toes? What's going on? Why is this happening? Stacy's like, this happened to me too. Is this menopause? Why have foot like that? And Florian is coming in.
Turning into caricatures. What's going on with them?
It's in their cartoon characters. Also, I don't know if it's menopause. It could be the size, the wedges, the platform wedges you're wearing that are 2 sizes too small that you constantly wear because you're you're self-conscious that you're so short, and you think it makes your legs look better, and that could be part of it, or it's menopause. I don't know. Also, why does Florian have to keep coming in the room and helping Darcy? You're married to Stacy, and he's married to both of them, really. So Darcy tells Stacy, Georgie wants me to cover up in Bulgaria, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be I have to be myself. I have to fly free. And Stacy gets Florian involved, and he's like, Georgie like does massages here. I guess he works at a place and does massages, and okay. And so he's not like a traditional person, like conservative. Like, it's weird that he's like over there. Is he like a priest? Why is he acting like this? Okay. So the three of them go to the party. Georgie is supposed to come maybe after work because he's working a lot, because she just learned today that he got a big promotion a while ago, and he just told her today. She's like, why can't you take the day off? It's my big day. It's my 50th birthday. And he's like, I'm the boss. And she's like, you're the boss. What are you talking about? You work the front desk. And he's like, babe, I'm the boss. I got promotion. When did you get promotion? Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, months ago. She's like, you didn't tell me? So that's how I imagine the conversation went. So she thought he was the front desk guy, but apparently he's like a manager in charge of operations or something, and he never told her.
No, I'm so sorry. I also feel like we are at a 50-50 chance that she was totally told and has no memory of the conversation.
Because it didn't involve her. Yeah.
She may have been told several times. Yeah, no, remember, because I'm operations manager now. And so like he keeps coming up, but she keeps being like, I didn't know. I had no idea. Right. So yeah, I don't know. Oh boy.
So she says, Florian is like, I used to work there. I can tell you how much he's making now. He was probably making 5,000 a month before. Now he's probably making like 7. And Darcy says, well, I've asked for a number, but he won't tell me. Why won't he tell me his wife how much he makes? I think there should be transparency. And Stacy is just rolling her eyes because she's heard this over and over and over again, how shady Georgie is. And it's not like Florian's not shady. She married Florian, and Florian is shady too. So Florian looks like a gem compared to Georgie, but Florian has his own set of issues.
Listen, Florian seems like he might kind of like Stacy, at least as a friend.
Yes, yes.
Georgie does not seem
to like Darcy at all. Darcy at all. Yeah.
As a person, just
he doesn't like to look at her new face. He doesn't want any part of it.
Does not care about Locktoe. Would not care about Locktoe.
Yeah, agreed.
What is Locktoe?
I don't know, but like maybe they have Raynaud's, because my hands sometimes get a little crampy. And so maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe it is menopause. I don't know. I got to look at the symptoms of menopause. I don't know.
Have you ever heard of Locktoe? I mean, do you have a cramp? Is that what you mean? You have a cramp?
You know, Mama June has forklift foot because her foot got run over by a forklift. So maybe it's like forklift foot. I don't know. But I think if there's a good medication out there for menopause, Darcy and Stacy could do a banger of an ad for it. They could write a little jingle. They could do a jingle. They could perform it, like, because they love to do their music, in quotes, and their pop career. So I think they could combine a song about menopause, and it could be a winner.
Have they tried to DJ yet? It feels like a natural progression for them to start DJing. Has that not
It totally
happened?
Does. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm sure they've paired with DJs.
Okay.
They do their fashion a lot. So sometimes they have fashion shows, and there might be a DJ at one of their fashion shows for their brand.
Why also isn't there some? Are they friends with Andy Cohen?
I think I've seen them on a show. Maybe have they been on Watch What Happens?
I just feel like there should be some sort of Bravo needs to come in and do something with
yeah. I think they're solely a TLC property at this point, though. So
all right, and that's what how much Georgie makes. They have
Never the Twain Shall Meet. Is
Never the
twins
the
Bravo. Yeah. The Bravo people and the TLC people. So, and then there's the we people, which is the Love After Lockup people, and they're in a whole different echelon.
In a whole different world. Yeah.
So Darcy, they're bitching about Georgie. They arrive at the party and Darcy's like 50 and getting younger. She really, it's that, I think that deep insecurity, and she covers it with this false bravado, and it is so sad. It's so sad because it's so insecure. If you're watching video, you're getting a treat right now. So Georgie is not, it's hard to do with your face like that. Georgie isn't there. Darcy tells,
love you.
Yeah. Darcy tells her friend and her cousin how she's going to Bulgaria to meet his family, and how she has talked to his mom, message with the mom. But the last time she and Georgie broke up, before they got married, the mom sent her a nasty message, like a compassionate person doesn't throw someone out on the street before Christmas, because apparently that's what Georgie told his mom was happening. Not that maybe he cheated or whatever was happening. So Stacy and Florian in their talking head laugh about who knows what Georgie told his mom and how he's a little boy complaining to his mom. They bond over their dislike of Georgie, and I find it hilarious. That's a good marriage if you can bond over your dislike of who your sister's married to.
Yeah.
So then Georgie shows up to the party, and he's greeting everyone in his Miami suit and his sparkly diamond necklaces. And he's not wearing his wedding band because he was in a rush.
But you had time to put on your jewels, your white diamonds.
And Darcy's like, it's a symbol of our love, babe.
It's her birthday party, you a-hole. What's wrong with you?
And he's like, well, I do massages at work, so I have to take it off. But then I didn't want to lose it because then you'd yell at me for losing it. So then he literally talks to her friends for 5 seconds before he leaves them and Darcy and Stacy, whose birthday it is, to go schmooze with his friends. And Darcy's like, enjoy your birthday. And he's like, it's your birthday, babe. So then they're all dancing. Darcy and Stacy are dancing, and these girls with peacock feathers come in, and they do these quick shots of Georgie ogling the girls in the peacock feathers while he's ogling his wife. And then they blow out the candles on their cake, and they bite into the cake like a 1-year-old at the birthday, just right into the cake, and then serve the cake to people. That's gross. And then Georgie's like, you're halfway there, which is what he said last time. He thinks it's hilarious to say you're halfway there, like she's going to die at 100. She does have a lot of fake substances in her body that are probably preserving her from the inside out. So then Stacy, and no shame, by the way, I just got Botox and I feel a little Spock-ish. But
let me see. Not at all.
It's going to fade.
Not at all.
Okay, good. So
do you feel like they did the eyebrow, the end raise?
A little too much, but it's just happened. So I think it's only been a week. I think it takes a little time. So I feel like Darcy and Stacy.
Not a bit.
Stacy and Florian start making out because they actually like each other sometimes. And Darcy is like, that's nice. You want to do that to me, Georgie? You want to kiss me? And everyone chants,
stop making yourself like Pennywise.
Kiss. And is like peer pressuring Georgie into kissing his wife, but he doesn't want to kiss those lips that were like greasy chicken lips last time, where they were at the state fair and they were chowing down on a turkey leg. And so they do this unsexy kiss. It's like Gino kissing somebody. And Katie is again doing a face that again, I say, follow Pink Shade on YouTube. So she wishes that he was more affectionate, but she's like, I want to think positive about the power couple that we want. I know we can be. I've always wanted us to be a power couple. What are you talking about?
Okay. That's a huge one. I feel like that's huge. Listen, also, I am teasing about the lips. They obviously very much like the lips, and the plastic surgeries. That do whatever you want. If you have the money, you're only doing it to yourself. It's fine.
You're
As
only
long as
hurting
that's not
yourself
money that
and
needs
your
to be spent
daughters who have
somewhere
to
else.
see their mom completely unrecognizable from what you look like when you look in the mirror.
So we hope that there are talks behind the scenes of this is what we feel, but we don't
Yes.
know. So I'm saying I'm doing that as a caveat because I can tease by doing the faces. Obviously, they they videotape their work, so
Yes.
people
They're
know.
proud of it. Yeah.
Right. They are very, very proud of it. This is how they want to be Barbies. So
Yeah.
here is my thought. When she said that about the power couple, I said, does Darcy just want to be married? Doesn't
Yes.
really matter. Just wants to be
Yes.
married. B, does she want to be in love? And
Yes.
then
I think she's a romantic. I think she's one of those Disney princess ladies. Like she wants to be a princess and she wants to be treated like that. She wants to live the fairy tale, to which I say, be your own Prince Charming.
she did. But has that changed? Is it now just she wants to be married and she wants someone that is a partial status symbol for her, like an object? Because that
Right.
power couple thing is, well, how are you going to be a power couple when he's not? Don't they have multiple businesses and things like that? They are a
Well,
name.
she is successful. Yeah, she and Stacy are, but
Right,
she
that's what I
picked a
mean.
guy who is, yeah, kind of a loser. He's young, so he maybe looks good on her arm,
That's a
which
trophy husband, not a power
a
couple.
trophy
Power
husband.
couple, two people top of their individual fields coming
Right.
together, that's a power couple, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah. Yes.
he's he
She thinks
you
she's
would never.
marrying Bill Gates or something.
Right, that this feels like, yeah, she thinks she's marrying Jeff Bezos, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
ladies, he's taken.
Yeah.
I won't say anything else. So regardless, I think that either she doesn't know what a power couple is, but I don't. This has become not because she seems kind of bothered that he's not showing her a lot of affection, but not as much as I've seen in the past from her.
Right.
So
Yeah.
either she's just older and changed, or she's just given up on the princess love thing and is like, I just want to be married. And if you could maybe not be a jerk and show up to my party, that'd be great.
I think that's it. I think she's not given up on the princess thing. She's given up on expecting him to do better. And she has accepted, it's like a dog. You've accepted less and less and less until you get so used to accepting less and being treated like garbage by your significant other that you choose to marry them. And then the most littlest basic thing they can do is show up to your birthday party and give you a kiss in front of your friends who she's trying to show off in front of. And like, it's just
And
so
wear your
sad.
ring.
And wear your ring. She wants so little, but he's now done so little that she's now accepting so little of him. Yeah.
How long have they been married for?
Just like a year, but they've been together for a long time on and off.
And I think she's misreading the Bulgaria thing. It's Bulgaria, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, he wants her to like tone down the Darcy-ness. He wants her
Yes.
to not wear just like pasties and a sarong.
Yes.
He wants
He
nothing
also
to do
wants
with
her to
any of
change
that.
her personality. He wants her to be a meek and mild, like, woman, and
Yeah.
she's flipping tables. So I don't know what's going to happen.
No, it's gonna be bad. But the worst thing is that I think we see in an update for coming next time, is she in fur on the plane? Like a fur
Yeah,
coat? Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking is that she's gonna take it like, I shouldn't have to change for anyone. No, but
It's
everyone does
about
this.
respecting
It
someone
right.
else's culture.
It sure is, and it's also you don't have to be meek, but the way that he should have put it is just make sure that you listen. a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way to say that of like,
Yeah.
just listen and pay attention to what
are you trying to say? I don't listen? George, are you trying to say I listen? What are you trying? I'm listening to you right now. Can't you see me? I'm listening. This is my listening face. Darcy.
That impersonation is I don't know who it is. It's a cross between
I
like
don't know.
Russell and Barr
I think it's
and like
Poodle and Maddie doing Darcy and Stacy. I think
oh,
I'm just imitating them doing Darcy and Stacy. And they
it's
love Darcy and Stacy. They won't slander, they won't stand for any talk against Darcy and Stacy. They love them.
I have a soft spot for Darcy and Stacy. I don't know why. I think just because they've been on the screen for a long time, and like you just want it to work. Just work out. Please just work out. Like find somebody good and just please stop dating these bozos. What are you doing? These guys, and so just maybe try an American. I don't know. Maybe not, but
I
they're
don't know. I
very
think they
American.
just have bad pickers. I think she needs
Both of
someone.
them.
I think they just, yeah, I don't, Jesse was bad. Tom was bad. Georgie's
Oh,
bad.
Tom.
So yeah,
You
I
were
think
never going to be with a Brit though. That felt wild.
the whole,
Tom was
it's
on
just,
left field.
so they, Svet, we meet Svet, Georgie's Bulgarian friend at the party. And Georgie says, were you nervous to introduce your wife to your family? And Svet says, yeah, she has to cover up. Like our culture is very judgmental, very conservative. So it seems like Georgie was 100% telling the truth, which I thought that he was. Darcy just thought he was hiding something because she's very suspicious of him because he's cheated so many times.
I don't think it matters because I think that, listen, even if I was going to meet somebody's grandmother who was conservative, I would make sure that I dressed for that person. I don't want to and it's not worth a fight. I'm not wearing a mini skirt. Like if they're conservative or whatever, I would maybe wear a shirt with sleeves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just it's a courtesy thing. It doesn't feel like you're giving up part of yourself to be courteous. And someone maybe needs to explain that to her.
Yeah. So and Darcy doesn't feel sexy unless she's showing a ton of skin, like really skimpy, because she feels self-conscious. Like I think she doesn't feel beautiful in her own skin. She says that she does. She says she's so empowered and like, but I think she's not. And so I think she feels like she always has to wear the most to feel like special. And that's
or
sad.
maybe she likes the most. That can be your style. I am
absolutely
a big fan
and some people do, but they can also like not wear the most. Like they can still feel in their own skin in like pajamas, or sweats, like
and you're saying that she can't, like that's impossible. The second thing, like she has to wear that or she's upset.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. So Darcy says Svet's wife, Roxy, she asks Roxy, what was it like when you went to Bulgaria and met his family? And she says, well, they want you to be a nice Christian woman. They want you to be covered up and they're going to talk about you to their neighbor. The whole village will be gossiping about you, especially if you don't wear something like respectable. So just, tone it down, Darcy. Like it's respect your culture. And Darcy's like, but I'm still going to be myself. And it's like, yes, but again, respect the culture by not being yourself. Totally. And courteous. And Darcy's getting nervous because Georgie wasn't exaggerating, but last week she was like, I think he's hiding something. And that's what my gut is telling me. And now she's like, my gut is telling me that it's just really conservative there. So, but my gut never lies. It hurts my voice to do that. I don't know why I keep doing that voice. It's probably really annoying to listen to. Apologies. If you've made it this far, we have made it to the last couple, so we're done. Thank you. You like everything I do.
Yeah, I'm a fan. But
that long pause.
I mean, I don't, but I no, that I mean, I'm not going to air anything I don't like here in this forum. That's what I mean. You shall not be doing that. This is not
marriage therapy right now.
No, but I think that the voice is weirdly accurate. I
It's
don't know
the
why. It's
right
your instinct.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's very tight and very fast and very like New York almost, or like it's East Coast vibes, and it's very like defensive. Like everything is
Yep.
just like on the defense, like someone's attacking them for no
It's in
reason.
it's intense, and it's gotten
Yeah.
deeper. So you doing that gravel is new. That's not
Mhm.
always been
No.
the voice. Now it's a little bit more. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little
You
bit
can,
more.
if you want to be shocked, go back and watch clips of her with Jesse on the first season of this show. Just you won't you're just gonna be shocked. I showed them to my dad. He couldn't believe it was the same person.
Jessie was
So
the first season, blonde Jessie?
Jesse was her first season, yeah, on the show when she went to Amsterdam. Hmm. And then
Wow,
he
that
came to
feels like
America to visit, and they got into a huge fight over cutting steaks on the bias.
Yes, they
And
did.
then she threw a high heel at him, and I think
Yes.
he wanted the police to be called because that's assault. And in front of the children, her daughters were there when they were arguing about the steaks. He was a jerk. He's a terrible person too. And he went on to date Jennifer, who dated Tim,
That's
and
right.
they're both on this hunt for love show now at this resort, and they hate each other. Also, she's broken up with Jesse finally and says he was horrible, and like she doesn't say he was abusive, but she hints that he was at least emotionally abusive and like controlling.
Jessie is out for Jessie, and it's
Yeah.
very obvious. Yeah, I wouldn't, not a relationship person.
No, Jesse looks like a serial killer. There's something like it's too perfect, and like his
Yep.
eyes don't have any warmth behind them, and you're like, he might murder me.
Yeah, he seems like, yeah, too particular as well,
Yeah.
like,
And
not a
Tom
speck of
was
that.
just a jerk. Like Tom was just
Yeah,
an a-hole, like just a bachelor jerk. And like I don't think he was evil like Jesse was, but he
the
wasn't
key.
nice.
He didn't give her the
A
ring, he gave her
key,
the
he
key.
gave her a
I'll never
key.
forget. Yeah.
And then when they broke up, he said, "Looks like you put on some weight," to her, which is
Oh,
horrible. Yeah.
and then,
Um,
my favorite one I need to go back and watch is Darcy getting ready in the airport to go see him, like,
yes. Oh yeah, she did a full glam
a
makeover in the
full glam
bathroom.
up in the
Yeah.
airport bathroom, and then
Yeah.
I don't remember Stacy ever having her own season. Did she had her own
She
season at some point?
didn't. No, they just went to Darcy and Stacy had a few seasons, and then she and Florian were on Last Resort last season. Yeah.
Oh, I'm interested in that. I'd like to see
And
them.
Darcy came to visit. Yeah.
Okay. Was this after they went to Turkey?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
After the faces. Yeah.
Mhm.
So next time Darcy and Georgie fly to Bulgaria, and she wants his parents to feel her love because she's a giver. And she starts crying, I think. She's
Oh,
like, I just want them
no.
to feel my love, how much I love, because I love. I do think she has a huge heart in
She
like a
does.
really immature, childish way. Like there's something very like damaged, but it's like she does have a big heart.
It's damaged because she keeps getting hurt by these bozos. Like,
I
stop
know.
it. I'm furious. It's a never-ending cycle
And
of
her
bozo.
dad seems great. So like I just don't know where it comes from because I don't know what her mom's deal is, but like her dad seems so nice and puts up with his daughter's shenanigans. But
I don't
maybe we
know.
don't know. All's not
Yeah,
what we
don't know.
seem. I don't know. So the Florida moms have a girls' night, and Lauren's gonna try to smooth things over with Libby. And
Didn't Lauren have a crazy bachelorette?
she did, and Andre was so pissed, almost canceled the wedding because she went to a strip club.
Not
And
Andre.
he
No,
was
no, no. I'm
I'm
talking
sorry,
about
Alexi
Alexi. Yeah.
Alexi was so mad that she went to
Yes.
strip club. He was screaming at her friend who took her to the strip club because it was against his wishes,
Yes.
and they got into several huge fights. And then when they went to Israel to do their second wedding, they got into
Mhm.
another huge fight the day of the wedding, like in the wedding dress. Like they've had so many fights too.
Yeah, that's true.
Um Adnan, but they really love each other, it seems.
Yes.
So they are, I will say, my least favorite couple on Pillow Talk, though. I used to kind of enjoy them on Pillow Talk because she would do these expressions when somebody was, she would just be like she
Yeah.
would have her mouth open the way I would have my mouth open. But that got
Who's
old
your
fast.
favorite on Pillow Talk?
Jamal and Kimberly are my favorite on
Oh,
Pillow Talk, I
awesome.
think.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they're hilarious. Even though Jamal is also was a jerk on his season, but
I didn't know Jamal had a season.
he dated Veronica of Tim and Veronica on The
Oh.
Single Life, and
Oh,
he was a
wow.
jerk. But
Oh,
I
that's too
really
bad.
do enjoy them together. Him, a mom and son. They're very.
Yeah,
Oh,
mom
you
and
know
son.
who's funny? I don't know if you know uh Ashley and Manuel, but
I do.
Ashley
Yes,
is
I
like
do.
a witch, and
Yes, I know Ashley and Manuel. Mhm.
she and her mom are on Pillow Talk, and they are very fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying them. Kenny and Armando are always good, but and David and Annie haven't been on for a while.
I wonder
So
why.
they just had a baby. They were on Diaries. They finally had a baby.
Oh,
So that's
congrats. That's
very
great for them.
exciting.
Aw.
Um so
What
and
else is
Libby and
going on?
Andre are sometimes on Pillow Talk. Anyway, so the Florida moms have this girls' night. Adnan wants Tigerlily to become a Muslim, so that's fun. And Guillermo, and again, it's fine if that's what you want to do, but it's not fine if he led you to believe that you didn't have to, and now you have to. So
Correct.
Guillermo says, I could join the Air Force as a pilot. So now he just doesn't want to be a private pilot. He now wants to join the military as a pilot. And she's like, "What are you talking about? You have no plan. You would have to be away from your family.
For
What are
years.
you
For a
for
couple
a
years.
long time? So what are you talking about?"
But you get health benefits. I mean, you get
Yeah.
college paid for it, so I
You
don't
know
know.
what? And they do live in Virginia. So I feel like there are like more places he could be, or maybe he'd get sent to Texas, to Fort Worth. I don't know where the military, where's the Air Force out of? You're asking the wrong person. I don't know why I'm asking myself. So someone will tell me. So
I have no.
they're arguing their marriage is
Oh,
terrible.
Texas.
Yeah, I did say, I said
Training
Fort
camp.
Worth.
I'm so sorry. Seeing 2 people in my life have done it, I feel like I should know. I believe you go to Texas when you go
Okay.
into the boot camp.
For the Air Force specifically?
I believe maybe there's multiple. Oh my goodness, we know so little. This is sad. Nobody get mad. Nobody get mad.
My
Yeah,
dad went to Texas.
San Antonio, Texas.
And
Basic
did you say
training, that's where
San
basic training.
Antonio?
I said San Antonio because this says San Antonio dash Lackland, Texas. I don't know if I don't know what Lackland is.
Okay. Lockland?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. We don't know.
Lackland Air Force Base, San Antonio, Texas. We've done it. Is the sole location for enlisted recruit training, and then you're sent off all over the world.
Yay! Okay, we did it. So Guillermo, they're fighting. Jasmine is in some sort of one of those at-home heat tank spa things where
Sure.
it's like a sauna. I don't know what you know where you have it has walls and your head is sticking out. I feel like I Love Lucy did one. Like,
I
and
think
she has
this is a
mask
sweat
on her
off,
face.
like, excess weight.
Yeah. So in Matt's house, she has completely taken over poor Matt's house, and she now has this sweat tank in his house. Yeah.
Matt hates her, right? I mean, Matt does not like
Matt
her.
likes to bang her, but I don't know what Matt's emotional capacity is for feelings.
I
Or
don't think
maybe he
Matt
loves her. I don't know
Oh, no, it
if
seems
he
like he does not wanna be in a relationship at all and is like, "Yeah, I'm fine to be like I'm fine to be in an open marriage situation
right,
because I
your
don't
F
wanna be
buddy.
in all that." Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So she's like, I'm hoping Gino comes back from Vegas and he wants me back.
Are you?
And
Are
are
you
you?
hoping that?
So they meet up in a parking lot and she is not wearing pants.
No, she's not.
She is really committed to the over the thigh high boots with no pants look. So
I'm gonna start doing that just for no reason.
just no pants.
Let's see how that goes here. How well do you
Yeah.
think that'll go in Tennessee? We'll see.
Maybe that's what Darcy's gonna wear to Bulgaria.
She wears a fur coat. I think she's in, like, a big faux fur thing. I think I saw,
Yeah.
like,
But
the
for her,
minute
that's covered up, that's toned down.
that's not she knows what to do. That's what bothers me, is it's like, you go get, like, a black like, if it's winter, go get yourself, a tie, wool, trench
Yeah,
coat, or, like,
a sensible coat.
you know what to do, and if you wanna do some self-expression, wear some fun shoes. But just
Yeah.
you know what to do here,
Yeah,
and
I
she's
don't know if she's capable.
I and also don't be ornery. Don't be like,
No.
yeah, kinda,
And,
don't do it.
like, it's not about you. You're
It's
meeting
not.
his family, so it's not about you. So
It's not.
maybe you can swallow your pride and, like, wear something reasonable and
Just
not make a scene and not make it about you.
and don't cause a fight. This feels like an easy way to avoid a fight because
Yeah.
he's asking something of you.
Yeah.
So, that's
And
okay.
his family knows about you. You're always, like, worried he's cheating and stuff. His family, you're being brought home to meet his family, and he says he's never brought a girl home before. So, you should feel special instead of making it like he's trying to change you with your clothes.
Also, they've seen you. I'm assuming they've seen pictures or seen you
I
on
think
TV.
I don't know what's happening if no one's given them a Discovery Plus membership and a VPN. Like, if they just don't if he's doesn't send them pictures, or I don't know.
Oh, he needs to send pictures.
So they are prepared
Yes.
for what they are about to meet.
Well, yeah, and that she's significantly older. They just need to know, and he just needs to but he needs to do his work too on this is what I'm saying, and say, "She's very American." Like, just
Yeah,
what you think of American, she is that.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
didn't meet Nikki, I don't think. Nikki and Igor/Justin, and sh uh that was a whole thing, and she went to go visit him in his very conservative country, and she dresses much like Darcy. She has a lot of body dysmorphia. She's a
I met
trans
Nikki.
woman, and she's had a lot of plastic surgery on her face,
I
and
met
she
Nikki.
wears a ton of hair and makeup, and she
Nikki's
was
from
always
LA, right? Blonde?
yes, from
Yes.
LA,
Yes.
and, she was always concerned people were staring at her because she's trans woman, but I think they were staring at you because of your face and your makeup and your
Your
style,
enhancements.
your
Right.
hot
Mhm.
pink outfit, with that is just not like how people dress in that country. So, that's why they were staring at you.
Did they break up?
Yes, I believe so. I
Oh,
want yeah, I
good.
yeah, yeah,
Good.
that was good.
Sometimes
They
these
had
couples just need to split.
yes, very weird toxic relationship. They met
Gino,
when he was, like,
Jasmine.
19 and she was, like, way older, so that and then
Oh,
they
that's
broke up
right.
and they got back together, so it was, like, really weird and inappropriate
But he
age
wouldn't sleep with
difference.
her, right? He would not sleep with her.
He wouldn't sleep with her, and she felt really insecure about that,
Yes. That
and
was a hard one. I remember that. Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
this was a joy, though, to talk to you about this. This was a long episode. Sorry, Mary Payne. Sorry, Ingrid. We love you, Mary Payne. We hope you get better. If you enjoyed this, come on over to A Date with Dateline. If you've been waiting, you kind of like me when I talk with Mary Payne, but you really fell in love with Katie in this episode. You can get a lot more of Katie on A Date with Dateline. We're in our 8th year of the podcast and we would love to have you.
We would.
And we talk about Dateline, but in a slightly funny, depending on your humor. If you think us we're funny, then you'll
It's
think we're funny, but
yes.
respectful towards the victims always.
It's it's a respectful way, but we talk about Dateline and all the things that Dateline does in its
Yeah,
Dateline way. If you
and
watch a
it's
lot of Dateline, you know what we're talking about.
you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So join us and again follow Pink Shade on Instagram because I know that would make Mary Payne feel so good. And we wish her all of the healing and we can't wait for her to come back. We love you, girl.
We
Part of
love
our throuple. Prayer hands
prayer hands
towards prayer
for Mary
hands.
Payne. Prayer
Love
hands.
you,
Yeah.
MP.
Feel better.
We love you. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.